Hello everybody, thank you for joining me on I Am Maggie channel. And I am Maggie. I appreciate you taking the time to join me. What we are doing is a slow crawl through the magic of everyday life with Maria Szepes. And we are looking to see what pearls, what tools, what tricks, what things might help us and others around us in our journey and our path forward. And so what we are doing, we are currently in chapter 14, 15. Whew, we're moving. How to get along with people. So when you do get a chance, I would love to hear your positive comments. Please hit subscribe. Please hit like. I put it out there before. We are working our way up to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So please, when you do get a chance, subscribe and like and leave your positive comments. On that note, let's go. All right, picking up where we left off and how to get along with people. Our reply to so we covered 12 things that Maria gave us. 12 different things that we can apply, simple governing principles to help us as we study through this series. And let us recall some of the most important axioms from among them. So those we covered, those 12. And now we're going to keep picking up. So our reply to, the 12 are just wonderful principles to live by. Just go back and, it's never hurts to hear a video twice. Just speed me up and write it down somewhere. Pick your favorite pearls out of the 12 and you're working it, but it will work you. Okay, so here we go. Our reply to the question raised in this chapter is based especially on the last 5 axons. So how to get along with people, that's our question. So if a person wishes to get along with people, they first must change their own relationship with them. That is, they shouldn't demand those values upon which peaceful cooperation is possible, but extend it themselves. So if you want peace out, you gotta have peace in. You take that peace within and you extend it out. And you be the first to do so. You don't wait for others to extend it to you. You are the game changer. You do it. If a person, in deeply conflicted situations, one can be cast so far from the objective measurement that it seems this principle just happens to not apply to their situation, right? Not me, because this is such a effed up situation. No, listen a little further. I'm sure she's going to tell us we have the onus, especially when you're awake and aware. You're a different level creator on this planet when you are awake and aware. And anybody who's watching this video is awake and aware. So we have a higher, with great power comes great responsibility. Being awake and aware and doing this work is a type of power, okay? So we have the responsibility to do our part. The behavior, on the other hand, is so chronic, impossible, unendurable, that accommodating them or seeking peace with them is tantamount to riding the saddle of their innermost disgusting qualities. Yeah, it's hard. In professional relationships, it may risk the work itself. And I think many of us understand what it is like to work with a toxic team. When you have a team that's just positive and gelled, boy, the work production goes through the roof. But when you have a team that's toxic and people are constantly bringing in their issues instead of just focusing on the work, it's just a whole nother level. And it's always never made sense to me that if we have to spend most of our lives, a lot of us have worked, nursing is really long hours, and my thought is that if I have to spend the time with you in a work setting, I want to love on you and enjoy you too while we help all these people, because in that time where I'm there, I'm away from my kids and my family. And that's who I really am doing this for. This is who I really want to be with. But if I'm going to be doing this work, I want to be the best person I can be. And it's just sometimes just disappointing that people bring this stuff into the workplace. Because if we got to be together, we should be uplifting one another. Okay, so in professional relationships, it may risk the work itself. Yeah, and I have seen in medical careers, people get harmed because those work relations aren't right and tight. So in the affairs of the heart, family or marriage bonds, it sends the other into the illusory sense of conquest and superiority, which would fully halt the basis of cooperation, right? So somebody's acting like, you're my conquest, I'm superior to you, that already, boom, offsets it. If people put their nice big middle finger up and say, really, you think you are this? I will effing show you. And it's like, we don't want to create that. We are looking to upgrade the planet, and the higher vibrations are courage, love, peace, enlightenment, the good things. But a lot of times you got to be birthed through a pretty painful process as you begin to purge yourself of the lower self. So here we go. Okay, so in the affairs of the heart, family or marriage bonds, it sends the other into the illusory sense of conquest and superiority, which would fully halt the basis of cooperation, because gentleness is always regarded as weakness by a lower order based person who will always take advantage without any qualms. So a lot of times when we are doing this work, I hear questions all the time from people like, Maggie, why should I do this? This person's doing this. What am I going to just be a rug for someone to walk on and all this stuff? Totally understand it. Your boundaries are important. Learning to protect yourself is really important. But because we are awake and we are moving towards enlightenment, we have a different level of responsibility because we are aware and awake. And so, as she says, these lower self, when a lot of the earth is vibrating at very low self values and order. And these guys are going to see your gentleness as weakness, and they are lower order based persons. But we need to protect ourselves, but also have compassion. So it's a dance. You got to figure it out. We all got to figure it out. And these, lower order personas will take advantage without any qualms. And that's why the earth right now, especially now, we're getting to see all our shit dredged up. So you're beginning to see what is in the heart of man. And when you think about Jesus, he talked about, not really trusting man because he could see what was in the heart of man. And so that's something we want to really look to continue to do, is purify our hearts, so what pours out of it is not crap, is not demonic. And that's another reason why I've been doing, the Rumi cards, because Rumi opens the heart. Jesus opened the heart. We are looking to open our hearts to get that heart-mind congruence and coherence together. We are looking at clearing out our minds too. If our minds are taking in all this crap in, crap out. The only time I want you crapping is when you need to take a shit. And as a nurse, you can laugh and stuff, but let me tell you a story. There was a time when the body was talking amongst itself, and it was all puffed up and saying, who's the most important organ? And, the GI tract, the guts, the ocoli, the asshole said nothing. But the heart went on like, I'm the most important. I beat and I pump blood to the whole body, and I'm so important, la la la. And the lungs said, well, without me, you would never breathe, and you would never get oxygen to that blood. So I am the most important because I'm the lungs. And the brain said, well, you guys are morons. Like, I'm the most important. Without me, you would not know to do these things because I'm the control center and I'm important. Ha, 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 ha. And this went on. The kidney's like, you guys are all full of crap. You guys don't know I'm the most important. I'm the one who rids the body of the waste. But the whole time as this dialogue went on, the GI tract said nothing. It just puckered up and shut down. And slowly by slowly, the body got constipated and full of shit. No pun intended, full of shit. And then the brain started saying, oh, I have a headache. I don't feel like I can think. It's like a fog. And the heart was like, yeah, it's getting harder, like pump blood. I don't know what's going on. I'm feeling this congestion. I just don't feel good. And the lungs were like, yeah, I can't fully excurge myself. I can't breathe as deeply as I would like to. And the long story short, finally the bowel spoke and said, who's the most important organ now? So all of this to say that everything is needed to work in cohesiveness. The brain, the heart, the lungs, the kidneys, the GI tract. We never, ever want to be full of shit. So on that note, I think, I'm going to go back and read you the next part, but my phone's dying. When you do get a chance, please hit subscribe and like. Remember, we are moving towards that first 1,000 subscriber and 4,000 hours. Please leave your positive comments, and I hope you do see that you are the magic of everyday life, and I hope you realize that you live in the temple of God, and that every organ is important, every organ is needed, and such of us in the universe. We are an organ in this big universe, all necessary. And do not be full of shit. All right. Make sure you're pooping, because it's an awesome thing to do. Nursing, don't you just love it? But anyway, you know what's coming next. Peace in, peace out.